Hey, what's happening? I'm Jonas, and this is the House of Hustle. Real topics, real people, real movement. We'll see you soon. Welcome back to the House of Hustle, powered by Black Light Studios. On the couch today, we have Mr. Nine Round himself, Isaiah Pill. What's up, brother?
What's good, man? Thank you for inviting me.
We've been trying to get this thing scheduled for a minute.
Yeah.
And this life happens, and, work, kids, and all the things. And so schedule-wise, but I'm glad you're here, bro.
Yeah, I know. I truly appreciate it.
Hey, man.
The space is dope.
I appreciate it, bro.
I'm low-key jealous because this is like what I would just want to do for the rest of my life. So you doing it. Like,
hey, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
The space is dope. I'll give my shout outs at the end. Check my boy Jonas out. All his stuff is dope. His designs, his hats, his shirts, his clothing, he even gave me a free hat. I'll show y'all at the end.
Yeah, we got you. Leave with a shirt too, bro.
Yeah.
So for the people tuning in who get to watch this, where are you from, bro?
So it's funny. People make fun of me all the time. I was actually born in Wichita, Kansas.
You was born in Wichita, Kansas?
Born in Wichita, Kansas. I cannot believe it. I'm sick to my stomach. When I was growing up, my whole life in Texas.
Right.
I thought I was born and raised in Texas.
You thought you was born and raised in Texas?
Man, I saw my birth certificate when I was like 6, 7 years old. I was like, Wichita, Kansas.
Wichita.
I was like, what? And so I had to ask my dad, I had to ask my mom, and they were like, yeah, you was born in Kansas. So my mom, she was actually raised all her life in California.
Okay.
But my grandpa, my grandma, they moved to Fort Scott, Kansas.
Fort Scott,
so
Kansas.
They're right down the street, hour and a half.
Okay.
He's my grandpa, he's gone, but my grandma's still living.
Okay.
So Fort Scott, Kansas, and then my dad, born and raised in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
In Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So they met and they had me in Wichita, Kansas. So,
okay, man.
Yeah.
So, you're from Wichita, but you're really from Texas.
Right.
You were just born in Wichita.
Yeah, just born.
What part of Texas?
So, Dallas.
Dallas, okay.
Short answer is Dallas.
Dallas, all right.
But specifically, Grand Prairie, Texas.
Grand Prairie, okay.
Grand Prairie, Texas.
That's like Fort Worth, all the area, right? Fort Worth. Is that area?
So, Grand Prairie, Texas will be more closer to like Dallas, Arlington.
Okay.
Plano's a little bit north, but it's going to be more closer to Arlington. So,
okay. Better.
Yeah. So, Grand Prairie, Dickey Road, me and my dad, we lived in this, apartment complex called Cottonwood Apartments.
Them apartments.
Single father, man. So he really, couldn't afford the apartment. So he was working like 2-3 jobs. He paid them like kind of under the table to stay there. And I didn't know the whole time we were kind of in poverty. But man, I'll never forget that, man. I still remember the address too. 503 Dickey Road.
Dickey Road.
Cottonwood Apartments. So
them apartments.
Where I'm from.
He did what he had to do to keep that roof over your head, bro.
For sure.
Man, hey, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, no, he is who I am. He is the reason why I am the way I am today.
The person you are today, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. How was it growing up there?
So, it's funny, man, because, life could have went either way for me.
For sure.
My dad, he had me, in church all my life. Every Sunday, Bible study, falling asleep in the pews. Like I lived in church.
You lived in church.
Pretty much. So life was good. I was raised very, very differently from the people, for how we were raised. I mean, it was a lot of drugs. It was a lot of crime. And, I'm going to school with my shirt tucked in, with my button up, getting made fun of. I'm a nerd. I'm this, I'm that. You a pastor's boy, right? Preacher's boy. So life was weird. And so I kind of used that energy to be a little silly, be a little extrovert, be a clown, because I felt some type of way because I didn't understand why I was different.
Right.
But my dad was doing that on purpose because he knew that I didn't belong in that.
That wasn't the path for you.
So life was good. I mean, he did everything that he could, to make sure that
you
I had
you were straight. Yes.
But my mom, my mom was in my life, so I don't want to, make it seem like, hey, what about your mom? So my mom, they divorced, when I was 8. And so we just split, time back and forth.
Okay.
So I was in Dallas with my mom. Dallas, with my dad. And then I was in Houston with my mom. So I was split time.
So your mom was in the H.
Yes, sir. Pearland, Texas.
Pearland, Texas.
A different life because when I lived with them, 2-story house, 4 or 5 bedrooms. It's now I got the other side of life. And so I had to, differentiate between those two. It was
sure.
It was weird. I was in, kind of the ghetto, and
you was in them apartments, and then you in the suburbs.
Right,
yeah.
Right. So it was. I had it both ways. I had it honest growing up. I saw both sides of the world, and what being poor was like, what being rich was like,
and that's I wish a lot of people could live like that.
Right.
Not struggle, but see both sides of the track.
Yeah. No, it's an interesting take because you appreciate it, because if people just grow up in the suburbs and this and that, they're kind of spoiled. That's all they know.
That's all they know.
And so then when they feel a little struggle, it's kind of like this, that, you feel kind of like that's beneath you.
For sure.
Like, no,
they don't know how to adapt to it or take it. It's, I understand.
Yeah. So no, I saw both sides of the spectrum. My dad, he did a hell of a job raising me. My mom, same thing she did, amazing raising me as well. And then my stepfather, right, Scotty, like he was there and he taught me all the technical things. That's where I kind of get my nerdism and my business stuff. And we'll talk about that later, but teaching me how to work computers. So, I owe it all to them. So
they all played a major role in your life.
Oh yeah.
Definitely, bro. You played any sports coming up as a kid? You had any favorite sports?
Texas, we gonna get into KC versus Texas in a minute, but Texas, everything's bigger than Texas.
Man.
I grew up playing pretty much everything.
Everything.
Except, believe it or not, even roller hockey. I can't believe they had me out there looking crazy playing roller hockey.
Hockey?
My dad was like, he was trying to get me in everything. He wanted me to see it all. But
for sure.
Played football, basketball, 2 years of baseball, but mostly football. So I was running back. My dad thought I was going to be the next Heisman Trophy winner that after practice making me run hills.
Emmitt Smith coming at it.
Yeah. So football, man, sports was my life. When he would have to go to work late at night, I would have to walk to football practice by myself. My helmet, my pads. I would come home. He would have dinner in the microwave for me. So sports was a pivotal part of my life because it was something that I attached to, because sometimes that's the only thing I had.
You had.
When my pops was working, when it was just me, football was there. So sports was everything. And, I owe sports, my life because it saved me. And that's why I chose to go at it in a professional round.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You played in high school?
Just high school.
Just high school.
Yeah, just high school ball. I played, so when I moved, I played, 800 football and then a little bit of, Pee Wee growing up with my father. But then when I moved to Houston with my mom, I played football 7th grade all the way to 11th grade. I actually moved back with my pops my senior year of high school and graduated from Cedar Hill High School. So Cedar Hill, Texas, that's near Duncanville and DeSoto. It's like South Dallas. So yeah.
How was that transition from leaving like 7th grade to 11th grade? You make a lot of friends, you make a lot of relationships, and you've been playing with the same dudes.
Yeah.
And then, but just in general.
Yeah.
You went from all that to your senior year at a whole different high school.
It was tough, man. And, not even from the football standpoint, just the life friend standpoint, like you said. So, growing up with my father didn't want me to, go be with my mom, cause it was me and him since I was born all the way until 6th grade.
Right.
And so when I told him I wanted to go live with my mom, it's because I wanted to, see what it was like being with her. Cause all I knew was splitting time. Right. And I wanted that. I wanted that affection. I wanted that, kind of that motherly and son bond and what that felt like. So when I left, it was hard on my pops. But yeah, I played football, made friends from 7th grade, junior high school, all the way to high school, 11th grade. I did everything between theater. I was a clown, man. I love to make people laugh. I love to just be the center of attention. And I was talking to, and I'll bring up, Kelly, my now wife. I was talking to Kelly about this the other day. Like, you kind of discover some things as an adult of why, you acted a certain way when you're younger. Like, you don't realize there's built up trauma in you as a youth.
A youth, for sure.
And I think I acted out, you know, I was always trying to be funny and a clown because I wanted this attention. Like I wanted, you know, to be heard and seen because I felt alone at times because I was bouncing back and forth between parents. So man, like, you know, I left my 11th grade, after my 11th grade year to go stay with my pops, and it was hard. I didn't want to leave. Some personal things happened with my family, and I just went back to my dad's. And so it was weird not knowing anybody, your senior year of high school.
Yeah,
nobody.
You back to the new kid on the block.
Exactly. But it's so funny, man. Like, I couldn't imagine, like, not, you know, I call to this day brothers, like, you know, shout out to, you know, Yanez, Julian, Will, Chad, DJ, Kelvin, Blaylock. Those are my boys that I literally, met my senior year of high school, like, and they are now my brothers. So like,
embracing the brotherhood.
It's so crazy how God works. Like, if I would have stayed my senior year in Houston, like, yeah, like those would have been my people. But like, man, like, if I would have never moved, I would have never known these. I mean, I was in my homeboy's wedding. I was one of his groomsmen. Like, it's just crazy. God works in mysterious ways. So it was meant for me to meet, you know, a new set of people. A new brotherhood.
Definitely, man. So. He works in mysterious ways. I got a group of brothers who I grew up with, and you know, I'm thankful for them every day because I talk to them every day.
Right.
You know, we 30 years in the game and we don't miss a beat.
Yeah.
And to have that type of relationship with non-blood, you know, is rare, and yeah, it's a blessing, man. So we our senior year, we graduating. What are we doing? We looking at school? We going to workforce? What are we doing?
Yes.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe.